Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is, I don't even know what it is. It's Sunday, April 14th, and I'm here at day 3 of Monsterpalooza. I mainly came for the HHN panel. I've been driving around looking for parking. I finally found a parking structure for like $5 flat rate, so I'm excited about that. Got my HHN shirt on, my bag. I'm very excited. Halloween came early. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow social media. I'll kind of show you around the convention today. Bye.
Our co-hosts are big pop collectors. So this is...
Can I get a picture of you?
That's definitely got me.
Turn around. Turn around. Turn around, baby. Chris Williams and director of production designer Chris Williams.
Gentlemen, do you guys know who these gentlemen are? Can you recognize them? Okay, so we'd like to announce something that we're going to be doing this year. We listen to everything you guys say, and you guys always, talk to us on social media, on Twitter. And one thing that people have asked a lot about that we just haven't frankly done a lot of, we used to do it in the past, but we haven't done it a lot recently, is original mazes. We don't do a lot of that. His name's Troy, and you've probably seen him walking around Monsterpalooza. He always wears a fez, and he has a really long beard. But Troy,
Mostly a few pieces.
And one of the first things Pat brought us is he's like this. Have you ever looked up like old greeting cards and postcards? There's something about the 1920s that is just creepy to me, and I think it's probably because of the movie The Shining. That old music. Just New Year's Eve celebrations in the 20s always spooked me out. I also like the flapper girl in the giant champagne glass, and then Chris designed this. This is actually going to be an element you see when you go into the maze. It's going to bubble, and there's going to be, it's going to be like the Lawrence Welk show. There's going to be bubbles everywhere. We also like the idea of like a New Year's baby. There's always like in small towns they'd always go, they'd announce who the New Year's baby was, the first baby born after midnight. We also like the idea of doing a nursery. That's Chernobyl, by the way. If you look at that image at the bottom, that's what the nursery in Chernobyl looks like now. And if you look at a lot of old children's art, like Mother Goose, it's jacked up, it's messed up. So we wanted to bring that into it as well. These are all just images we pulled. Of course, the Father Time Still Walking character we had last year, that's the concept art for him, that's the final design. He's going to be part of this. But we're also going to have Party Revelers. This is very kind of Shining. This is kind of a little bit inspired by the Gold Room and The Shining. This is two of the characters Lucas designed. A new character.
Yeah,
She'll be inside the nursery.
Yeah, so we're going to take you into a nursery where Baby New Year was born, but it's going to be like a Chernobyl nursery that's been abandoned. There's going to be all this creepy kids art that's peeling off the walls, like old paintings. And then the wet nurse, or the nightmare nurse, is going to be this lady. That's a new character. And then we had to have Baby New Year, and we were trying to figure out how to do this, and the research that I did that I sent to Chris, and he probably thought I was crazy, but there's a musical that has this song called Triplets. It's an old MGM musical. There was Fred Astaire. Have you ever seen it where they're like little babies and they're like kicking their legs? And it's a gag. It's like they're really down on their knees. So we decided to do Baby New Year.
Yeah, I know. When he sent that to me, I didn't think he was crazy, because I kind of had along the same thoughts in line. I think Shrek and Lord Farquaad on
the Broadway musical.
On Broadway, I think the guy's basically on his knees, in a sense. So we're kind of trying to take that idea, and I've seen videos of that, but essentially put him on his back, as you could see, as like Baby New Year, and then work in like a magic illusion gag. So our Baby New Year has a really kind of weird shape to him. It has really long arms.
Like long monkey arms.
Yeah, and a big head, but then a little body, little feet, little legs. So when Baby New Year is in the bassinet, it should look really great and wild.
I was just thinking about like when we go backstage. I don't want to run into this guy backstage walking around like this. It's just going to be messed up.
Yes.
And then, of course, we're going to take you into Valentine's Day. If you look at old Valentine's Day greeting cards and postcards or Valentine's cards, they're all violent. I don't know why. It's like, I'm going to cut your heart out for Valentine's Day. And we found all these old creepy postcards. So, there's going to be, we're going to use the postcards to like introduce each scene. And then, of course, this is the visual research we did. Tunnel of Love, Sweethearts Candies, trashy tacky negligees that boyfriends buy their girlfriends for Valentine's Day and think they're actually buying them a gift, but it's really for them. Cheesy prom, like bad like
yes.
Prom attire. Laugh-In, like the idea of the doors that open up, was another idea we had. And then the weird statue you see in the Catholic Church, that's Saint Sebastian. He's always the saint you see with all the arrows in him. So we kind of took all of that and mixed it together. The idea for this is we're taking you into a tunnel of love, like an old Carney tunnel of love. This is our Cupid character from last year. And then this is just one scene in that section. It's like a giant Valentine's Day present box. It's a prom date. It's like a guy and a girl shot through with arrows from Cupid. There's a big, huge heart-shaped window behind them. And then Cupid's going to be basically cutting, a live performer, cutting her heart out and ripping it out of her chest.
Yeah, it's a little vignette, essentially, of like kind of our own version of one of these postcards in 3 dimensions.
And then the next section is the section that's going to get me kicked out of my new home country. Because there's nothing the Irish like better than when Americans tell them what leprechauns are. Like it's a classic thing. They always go, whenever I come back, they're like, "Oh, do you eat like Lucky Charms cereal there?" I'm like, no, there's no such thing. Even St. Paddy's Day, the way we say it, they laugh at us. They think we're silly. It's Paddy with a D. But this is, of course, the leprechaun, the pot of gold, and we thought, well, how can we take that idea and make it scary? So this is the visual research. That weird cave thing you see, that's something you see all over Ireland. They're called fairy caves, and that's illustrations of fairies you see. But fairies are kind of semi-evil characters in Ireland. They're not nice. They're like tricksters, and they do evil things. The image you see tonight, you're going to start watching Game of Thrones again, right? That's from Game of Thrones. Remember when they poured the molten gold over the guy's head to kill him? We thought that was cool. It's gold. The houses you see are stuff that I see all the time in the Irish countryside. You just drive around and find these houses everywhere. They never tear anything down. And there's old ruined, 200-year-old farmhouses that have like live trees growing in the middle of them. And I sent that to you. I remember taking pictures and going, Chris, check this out. And then the bloated guy, there's a well. So the leprechaun, first you're going to go through the fairy tunnel or the fairy cave and see what the evil fairies are doing. Then you're going to come to the leprechaun's house, and it's going to very much resemble that ruined Irish farmhouse. This is our leprechaun character from last year. And then this is one of Chris's elevations. You can tell a scare zone. I know we're running close on time, so I'm going to go through it really quick. These are just some of the characters you're going to see. This is Santa Claus, along with Satan Claus. We're bringing back some characters we did for Dark Christmas, so these are a couple of our evil elves from Dark Christmas, along with Jack Frost. And this is a new one. I love this one, the Winter Witch. And then I love this one too. Nutcracker Stillwater.
That's like great. That's my favorite.
I think that one's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
And then it all kind of comes full circle and it wraps up with Baby New Year. He's the end of it. So that's Holidays in Hell. Bring it. All right. In my hand, I have this lovely commemorative souvenir voucher, good for 2 front-of-line tickets to Halloween Horror Nights 2019, and bonus, an exclusive behind-the-scenes maze tour with the creators of Halloween Horror Nights. Who wants to win that? All right. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you know I did a really evil thing this year. I tweeted hints about the maze, but I released it on April 1st. So I'm sure a whole bunch of you thought that was an April Fool's Day joke. It wasn't. It was real. I was trying to key you guys in on what the code name of the maze was, and I'm going to reveal what that was. The code name for Holidays in Hell is Madonna. Why? Because Madonna's first hit was called Holiday. There are 2 punk bands that also have the word holiday in the title of one of their most famous songs, and I'm going to give you a hint. These are old school punk bands, so like our generation. I'm going to make sure I don't screw this up. Like 70s into early 80s punk bands. So I just want, we're going to, as soon as I say this, you're going to raise your hands. I'm going to pick one person, and if you get it wrong, I'm going to tear that up and you get nothing. Okay? No. That's the way it works, kids. I want you to name one of the 2 punk bands or the song, either one. All right, the first hand I saw go up. Holiday in Cambodia. Dead Kennedys, come on up. Congratulations! I would have also accepted Holidays in the Sun by the Sex Pistols. There you go. That has the information on there. You email, our team will put it together. You get 2 free front-of-line tickets to Halloween Horror Nights, and you get an exclusive behind-the-scenes maze tour. Thank you, man. We'll be seeing you later on in the season. Give it up for us! All right. And I know we're out of time, so we got to get going. Chris and I are going to be hanging out front if you guys want to say hi later. Seriously, thank you guys for coming to Halloween Horror Nights. Thank you. We appreciate it. A whole lot more to come.
Alright, you guys, so hopefully you were following along, you paid attention, and John Murdy and Chris Williams just released the new maze announcement, and I'm really excited about it. It's Holidays in Hell. Holidays in Hell was my favorite scare zone last year, so it's probably going to be one of my favorite mazes this year. I've tried to show some footage of the event. Definitely check this out next year. Don't sleep on Monsterpalooza. It's a lot of fun. The 3-day event. Definitely go for the HHN day, which is usually on a Sunday. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow social media. Thanks. Bye.